So the last time that my kids saw Robin was it was before the boys turned one. Because we moved. So they turned one. Yeah, I think it was before the boys. See, when did we go visit? Maybe right after they were one. I think it was winter before we moved. Maybe it was a winter. Oh, Garrison. Duh. The last time Robin and my dad saw the kids was when we visited Flagstaff after Garrison passed away. That was it. That was the last time they saw him. So it's been a year and a half.
What's up, you guys? It is Mary,
And Amma.
and today we are going to be getting into some very interesting things that Mykelti said, you guys.
Yes, yes, yes. Oh my goodness. So Mykelti is back on her Patreon and very excited about it. I think this is like her second or either the second or the third one. Anyhow, I'm gonna go back and review all the others, but she said a few things really quickly. She talked about which I was a little surprised about. She said that her parents haven't had like a 9 to 5, which first a 9 to 5 since the show started. So I'm thinking, okay, well maybe Janelle, because only maybe Janelle was doing a 9 to 5. Christine sometimes worked at night because she talked about working at night and Kody having to put her kids to bed. So maybe she didn't have like a regular 9 to 5, but Janelle had like a 9 to 5. Um, I don't know how Mary's schedule was either. But doesn't Mary work for, is it Lulu Ray
I think
or
Lululemon or something.
Lulu? Okay, Lululemon. I don't know. Anyway, you guys know, not pronouncing it correctly, but so maybe they don't have like regular Monday to Friday 9 to 5. My mom used to call those civilized hours, right?
Yeah,
Um, so maybe they didn't have that, but she kind of insinuated like they weren't working any job, but that job. But I think when she says 9 to 5, maybe she just means like a regular shift.
right.
Not that they weren't working, because we saw them working. Wasn't Janelle doing like the real estate also? Even Christine went and had like got a like a real estate license, but ended up not doing that. Remember, Robin had her, what was that thing that she had? That website that she had, the Sister Wives Closet, right? So they had jobs, but probably they just weren't working the 9 to 5. It wasn't just the show. Because at first I was like, wait, what? They weren't, I was thinking like they weren't working any job but the show? Like, who does that? What if the show is not successful? But I
Right.
think that's just what like they didn't have regular 9 to 5 jobs anymore. Maybe they were just doing something to supplement what they were getting from the show.
Right.
Um, she also talked about that Kody, about the sports car. I mean, I think it's just the most selfish thing, that the first money that you get, so much to do. You could have said, hey, Christine, you don't have to go work that night job. You don't have to go work that extra job, because guess what? You're taking care of the kids. We need you on the home front. Let me pay down this debt that you had, right?
Right. Yeah.
And he didn't do that. The first thing you think, I said, Alexis is so selfish. It's so just about yourself. Because
Yeah.
who's riding the car? I didn't see any of the wives ever riding that car.
Yeah. I think that was just his own personal car for himself.
You know? So Mike Kelty talked about being very upset that when Truly got sick, that the father did not go to help.
Right.
That he did not go to help. Aspen needed help, and the fact that here's a 16-year-old, Aspen was 16 at the time, with a sick 3-year-old. When you think about it, and she even made mention that Kody could have actually gone and taken Truly from Aspen, because Aspen also has to look after the other kids. It's not just Truly. But
Right.
because Truly's so sick, since Kody was busy doing laundry at Robin's home, as if Dayton can't do the laundry, as if Robin herself cannot do the laundry. But since Kody was so busy doing laundry, Okay. He could have just said, hey, Aspen, bring Truly over. Let me take care of her at the house. Let me keep an eye on her so that you can be with the other kids. You know what I'm saying? And he did not do that at all.
Yeah.
Mykelti also said that she spent every day at the hospital when Truly was in the hospital. 'Cause remember, Truly, at one point, she was even in a coma, I believe. Probably a medical induced coma, but still, she was in a coma for a few days. And she said that she spent every day at the hospital. She went to visit Truly every day at the hospital, and she never saw Kody there. Now,
Yeah.
I don't know if Kody, I mean, okay, I am trying my best somehow to be fair. I don't know if maybe Kody knew that Mykelti was there.
Right.
And so he was like, I'm not going to go because somebody's there. Since I have, a big family, I'm needed everywhere, right? It could be that he knew Mykelti was there, probably heard from Christina, hey, Mykelti's there right now. So he's like, okay, I'll go when there's nobody there, like take turns, that kind of thing, right? So that we make sure that 24 hours around the clock, somebody's there.
Right.
Um, so while I hear what Mykelti is saying, it could have been that, okay.
Right.
But she says, I mean, she doubles down now. She said Kody was only there when he only went to Truly when he had to film.
Yeah, that's messed up.
Now I don't know if maybe Mykelti's upset. Obviously, she's upset, right? And this is what gets me. What happens a lot of the times is this: when parents are divorcing or stuff like that, certainly wasn't the case with myself. What happens is you don't share what's going on a lot of the times with the children.
Yeah, you
You
sound like
don't
something in
really
the dark.
share what happened. You just don't. You just don't. I mean, only if there are things that the kids heard, right? Or saw, or something, daddy did to them personally, right?
Yeah.
Um, but you don't want to say something bad about the father because at the end of the day, that's still their dad, right?
Yeah.
So sometimes what happens, the child, and I think that's what happened with Mykelti. Remember, Robin was very close to her. She probably looked at it. This is why I really. Robin looked at everybody, saw the weakest link was Mykelti, or saw that, hey, she doesn't get along with the other kids. I am going to rope her in, bring her, snare her into my little web,
Right.
okay, and manipulate so that she's a problem later on for Christine. I don't know, but so Mykelti, I think all these years is thinking, maybe my mom is the problem. Because sometimes, remember, we were like, I don't know, does Mykelti just not like Christine? Remember, we
Yeah.
actually made that comment. Like, I think maybe Mykelti has had some issues with Christine. Maybe sometimes we used to say that about Gwendolyn
Right.
also, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Um, and I think what happens now is this: now that Christine has put a voice, and this is why I really admire women who do this, when they put a voice to what happens, it gives, especially Mykelti now, she's a wife, she's a mother. It gives that child who's now an adult insight, and they see the truth in what she's seeing the truth in what Christine is saying.
Yeah.
And she's also remembering stuff that probably she has pushed to the side, stuff that she was making excuses for. She's like, it's really messed up.
Yeah.
And so that's where she is. She's gonna have this anger for a minute here, So
Because I
yeah,
believe
so
even
she
Because I believe at some point, even Robin and Mykelti really weren't that close anymore. I remember us talking about Mykelti back a few months ago,
Mhm.
and she was talking about how Robin and her really weren't that close anymore. Like, Robin kind of stopped talking to her, like, kind of like when the wives
Yes.
were divorcing and all that stuff. So it's like kind of like that
Mhm.
separation away, and then being, I guess, closer
Yeah,
to her mom, and then still not being close to her dad. She was able to get
yeah,
things in perspective outside of what Robin was
yes,
saying or telling
absolutely.
her.
Absolutely. So now it's kind of she begins to all this time now she begins to know the truth of what's going on. So it can be very hurtful too when you finally realize, oh, dad wasn't that hero I thought he was.
Yeah, that was kind of
It's
messed up a
hurting.
little bit.
There's a hurt. There's a yeah, it does. It really, really does. It does hurt. It actually does hurt. And I do empathize and yeah, so she's gonna probably be in a little bit of an angry phase for a moment. Um and she also has made a comment that I guess if you want to like not like Kody in a sense, read this book.
So I was wondering,
And it's not
maybe
that
Mykelti's reading the book. Maybe that's what's re-triggering her.
Mykelti is reading the book, and she said that her siblings are not reading this book. They're
Are
not
you
reading this book.
Is she reviewing it chapter by chapter?
Yes, she's actually reading the book and she's reviewing it as she goes.
Oh my
Like
god.
she's giving her perspective. She's giving the perspective. I have not watched from the beginning. I just but I want to go from the very first one that she put up. This is the recent one. I want to go from the very beginning to see what she made of Christine's past, like how they got together. I want to, I want to listen to that one. But yeah, so she also talks about Solomon being the favorite.
Right.
And I was thinking about this. I mean, listen, I don't know. Did anybody not know that Solomon was a favorite? Like Kody was holding Solomon,
Like he had
like
no legs, okay? Like he was holding. I remember saying that and somebody was like, "Oh my god, that's so funny." But yeah, like he held that boy like he literally couldn't walk.
I mean, he was holding Solomon. Solomon was like 5 or 6. He was still picking him up like a 2-year-old or a 1-year-old. Like, I mean, I remember even when Garrison was trying to discipline Solomon? Kody lost his mind. Do you remember that?
I remember that, sister. I remember that.
Garrison. Yes, I mean, so I was like, Mykelti, you ain't telling nobody anything new that they did not see. I mean, you guys. Did anyone think Solomon? Remember when even to announce Robin being pregnant, he was like, in another 7 months or whatever. What did he say? Truly will no longer be the youngest.
Why invalidate her like that?
Why even bring her up? But he had to. I got to put the knife that's already in Christine's back by moi. I got to twist it each and every time. Like, okay. So yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And then she talks about that they really only were spending the only time they spent with their father was once a year on their birthday.
Wow.
Like it really got so bad. So,
Hot mess.
and then and then she did talk about how it's hard. We talked about that already. That it's hard for the kids to heal, to move on, to forgive Kody until the show is over, because Kody is going to be sitting on those chairs making comments,
Yeah.
for the next season, right?
Right.
And even Christine, when we were recently, I don't know who she spoke to, but she was doing an interview and she was saying that it's actually going to get quite even worse.
Oh
It's not
god.
just about all the apology that Kody gives, but she said it actually is going to get worse. Things that happen on this season coming up. Yeah, she said it's going. She said it's going to get worse. It's going to get ugly.
Oh my god.
And I was like, worse than now.
Worse than
But
now.
actually, I do think that it will. You know why? Because Kody is going to have a shock when he sees that they're getting the lawyers involved, and he's going to be pissed about that.
Oh yeah.
So he's going to be very ugly acting.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. but the wives are doing what they have never done before, and that's holding his feet to the fire and trying to hold him accountable. And if you're not going to be accountable in the words that you say, you will be accountable where it hurts, and that's where your money is.
Hello. Yeah,
Yeah, and
absolutely.
she did say that even though the show was their primary source of income, that she was hoping that the show will be over, so that the kids can heal, which it's fine with me. I love, in fact, I remember when Garrison passed away, we were contemplating, um, should we even continue to do the show, right?
Yeah,
Because of just the pain of that.
yeah,
Um, but I think it was very cathartic to them showing that on air, and then they have this memory, when they did the memorial, the funeral, all of that stuff. Um, like the guy said, you're gonna have some good home videos and stuff. But yeah, it's like with remember Love and Huntsville, marriage, right? Love
right.
and Marriage Huntsville. And we just kept on saying we just saw like Melody just like hurting so much. And we are just like, look, I think it would be great if you left the show. Right. And we were so happy for her when she left the show
Yeah.
because she was hurting so much. It's like, remember Candace? Candace on what is that show? Real
Real
Housewife
Housewives of
of
Potomac.
Potomac, right? They were always like bashing her. There was a lot of jealousy, I think a lot of envy for her, and then she got pregnant, and it took her a while to be able to get pregnant, and she finally got pregnant. It was like I was so happy when she left that show because I thought that would be good for her and her baby and her family. Remember somebody lied on the husband and like try to
This was
accuse him of
Giselle.
SA and stuff,
Yeah,
right? Remember?
Giselle.
And then later on, like insinuated, she kept on insinuating, only to find out that it was like a nothing burger, like nothing happened. And I mean, to this day, I don't know why that guy did not sue her. Or seriously, like they should have sued her
Yeah.
because that was awful. That was terrible. So I was very happy. So I hear Mykelti. I really do. And even though we love to cover the show and got a lot of subscribers from the show, but I think we will be just fine if they stop the show. I mean, I will be fine with that. At the end of the day, for me, I think for us, it's all about the healing, right? It's all
Right.
about people being healthy, and not being in pain. Like we were
Absolutely.
even talking about something today. There's this 90-day. I'm not even going to mention because I don't want to get to whatever. But we were talking. There's a 90-day has so many different series, and one of the series we were talking about, should we cover this? And I was like, no, this person is in too much pain. It's painful for me to cover something like that.
Oh,
It's just
Chantel.
painful. It hurts so much. I just said let's not say the name,
Oh,
Mary.
sorry.
I
I'm
just said so because I
sorry.
didn't want her to feel bad.
Right. Yeah. I'm sorry. I lost my focus for a second.
It's okay. But yeah, I was just like, it's just painful. It's painful for me to watch her. It's been painful since the whole Pedro. I hurt for her. I wish she's one of those ones who just decides to go and do her therapy and let her family just surround her. So, yeah. So I get it. I get it, Mykelti. I
Yeah.
totally and completely get it. While I honestly do appreciate Christine writing this book though, and I'm so happy to be covering it because I think that it's so important for women to put their voices out there, to tell their truth, to not make up stories to their children.
Yeah.
That's something that I had to learn because sometimes you want to give this story of, oh no, whatever is so great and whatever you want to but it doesn't help. It doesn't really serve anybody. You were
Yeah.
saying something about Janelle always saying like Kody was so great and wonderful, but maybe in her mind, that's why I want to see her book. Maybe in her mind he was, because guess what? Janelle did not raise her kid. So So she did not even know. She was like, what the one time I don't want to say the one time, but remember when she had to take Savannah to school? She's like, she didn't even know that she had to comb her hair or
Yeah.
something
I
before she
know.
went to school.
That was
So
so
like
hilarious.
Janelle is not usually with the children. She wasn't usually with the kids raising them. So to her, the Cody taking a little bit of time to get on his knees and walk with the kids when they were like, I don't know, 2 or 3. To her, it's like, oh wow, wonderful. Is she still living in that la la land? And
Right.
with Christine, it's like, I just need a break. I'm with the kids 24/7, and I just not a break. I just need you to just tuck the kids in when I am working at night for the family. And
Yeah.
he couldn't do that.
Yeah.
So just go and check on them. I'm not even asking you to read them a bedtime story. I'm not asking you to make sure their teeth are brushed or they have their nightgowns on. Just check on them, make sure everybody is probably alive and breathing
Right.
and just okay and lights are out. That's it. That's all. And you're in the same house. No, I cannot do that.
Yeah.
I can't. I mean, maybe he didn't want to go through Mary's house, but he could have gone through Mary's house to go downstairs. Now,
Yeah.
maybe will Mary have been upset, or is he too hard for him to go outside and walk around from Janelle's house to Christine's house? Is that too much to ask?
I just feel like
Very
nothing
busy.
should be too much for you when you have decided to have 60 damn kids. I mean, really.
Oh, yeah,
But you decided to make that decision on your own, and you need to step up to the
that's,
plate.
that's true too.
Yeah.
Enough said.
Yes, no.
That's true. Yeah. Okay, well, that was it. That was that was it.
Yes.
But my Mykelti, but I will definitely be watching the rest and backtrack and bring the rest of the tea.
Alrighty. Well, we will see you guys on the next episode of the Mary and Amma Show. Bye.
Bye.